Recording now. We're finally back. Welcome back to the Monkey Bar. It hasn't been that long, though, since the last episode. I think I've spaced out the episodes to where it's... By the time this goes up, it'll be a little bit over a week, a couple days over a week. Mm. But you had to take off because what you were just telling me about.
Yeah. I had to help old people with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff happened in a nursing home. Long story short, I had to deal with old people who are just fucking old and evil.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy who, I just want to say this, he turns off his hearing aid when he talks to you because he doesn't like you. You know?
So he talks at you then?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to listen.
Mm-hmm. So you know what's also fucking fun? He has Bluetooth on his hearing aid, so he turns it on, just call him.
Hello, I'm asking for Mr. Seymour, last name Butts.
Mr. Mike cuts off.
Mike Hunt.
God.
And, I was watching old episodes of The Simpsons last night, so that's why that popped in my head.
I need to watch it. I got Disney Plus finally.
Yeah.
My sister has it technically.
You know what I've been doing right now is, and I guess this is sort of an act of protest on my part, is that I've been watching the Simpsons episodes on Kiss Cartoon, Kim Cartoon.
Good.
I probably shouldn't name the sites or whatever because this might get me put a hit on my head by the Disney Corporation. But yeah, our glorious Disney Corporation, please do not assassinate me, or please do not suicide me in the back of the head later tonight at 2 a.m.
The Mandalorian will fucking come after you?
I do not have any suicidal tendencies at the moment, so just want to state that for the record. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, like I've been watching it on the backdoor sites because that has the original aspect ratio, and when because some of the episodes they are TV rips,
yeah,
where the audio quality is bad. So what I do is, because I actually have the drawing tablet monitor set up, so I have two monitors. For the Disney Plus browser, I move that to the bottom, and I synchronize the videos up together. So I have the good audio from the Disney video synchronized up with the bad audio, like the TV rip on the top with that, where that muted. So
that's a 101 IQ, man.
Yeah, it's a 10,000 IQ play right there, Galaxy Brain, which we'll get into by the end of the video. A certain individual. But yeah, it takes me back to the Riff Tracks days when I was into Riff Tracks.
Oh my god!
Yeah, because they would have, and I think they still do it. They at least still sell it on their sites. I don't know if they do any new ones, but how they did it at first, the only way you could get the commentary tracks would be to buy the commentary separately, and you would have to synchronize it up with the video DVD. Now they have like a dedicated software, or I think that some of them they actually just sell the VODs, the actual videos with the commentary already pre-synced. I know there are some YouTube channels also who do commentary tracks where you have to manually synchronize. So
Dead Meat does that once in a while.
Yeah, and Gigaboots, they do that for their movie watch commentaries on Patreon. They did all the That Guy with the Glasses movies.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So yeah, that was fun. They've also done commentary tracks for Good Burger.
Oh, fuck.
You ever watch Good Burger?
I hated that fucking show.
Really?
Is that the one with the guy with the dreads?
Yeah, with Cal. But this was the movie.
Was that?
And apparently it's actually, well, they say it's pretty good for a movie made at the time.
Wait, is that the one where it says "Welcome to Good Burger"?
Yeah.
I remember watching that, but that's also like my dark period when I didn't like good shit.
Mm-hmm.
I may be slightly colored by the Nostalgia Critic review from memory.
Yeah, like he blows, like after his The Wall review, it definitely puts things in perspective if it hadn't already. That he just plays up the whole, I hate this movie is terrible thing up for shtick, you know. He doesn't actually, because I remember at the end of that video he was saying, I'm like, by the way, The Wall was actually pretty good. But after making like an entire fucking parody album where he's basically just trashing the whole movie and I guess album by extension.
God, you do that to in front of a boomer, they'd slit your throat. He would do death by 10,000 cuts with his like Mountain Dew katana. His Monster Energy drink katana.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Reminds me of I don't know if they've announced any more DLC for Devil May Cry 5.
No, they haven't, but they're going to, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I saw that Platinum Games, they recently put out an announcement. They apparently set up a Kickstarter for a new game.
Scalebound, scalebound, scalebound.
Huh, that would be funny. And they just make it PS5 exclusive.
God.
But yeah, some people were upset about that, saying, they're kind of going in the exact opposite direction of where they should. I think that if they're doing I don't actually know what the Kickstarter game is that they're doing.
You know what they should do? Metal Gear Rising 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I just hope it's something not safe, where it's like they're taking a risk.
I want it to be Metal Gear Rising 2, but with a hit of acid. Like, have
Metal Gear acid or just regular acid?
Yes. Just Metal Gear Acid had fucking dolls as villains. Psychokinetic dolls were bad guys.
That was the card game one, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was kind of card game, kind of not, but kind of card game. God.
It'd be funny if they did an original IP that was basically just Metal Gear Rising, but with different characters. You
know who should be they should have all the same voice actors too.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who I wanted to be playable? Sundowner. Imagine I'm fucking invincible. Sundowner is how I would present a villain, and I think he's the perfect introduction to a low tier villain. Just his monologue is so great.
I'm glad I thought of this because I was thinking about this last night, but I didn't write it down. Was video game movies, and because I was thinking about riff tracks and how they did one for the Super Mario Brothers movie, and the riff track for that actually isn't very good for some reason. I guess their joke. I don't remember any of the jokes. It was just kind of forgettable. But the movie itself is. I still like it. It's one of those rare bad movies where it's entertaining to the point where you want to watch it over again immediately after finishing it.
I actually wouldn't mind making an RPG or comic set in a similar aesthetic. It's a cool aesthetic for that world.
Because I think about, people say, The Room is such an enjoyable bad movie. It really isn't, not unless you're watching it with friends.
Yeah.
Because, I remember watching it alone, it was just, a miserable experience. You're just watching for the quotes, I did not hit her, it's not true. Oh, hi, Mark. Just that stuff.
My mom tried telling me that The Room was the worst movie ever made. I'm like, you sit down, let me show you a movie. And I showed her The Flying Claw. There's a thing where people have bad movie, but then there's bad movies.
I've never heard of The Flying Claw.
It's a monster movie, of course, about a giant space vulture, but it's literally so bad the actor who starred in it was ran out of his hometown by an angry mob. It is so bad that one of the posters apparently said, "Move over, Rodan." Fucking Rodan is now... It got so bad when they made the King of the Monsters, a couple scenes of Rodan were parodies of a flying claw, just to make fun of that.
That reminds me, I can't remember if I actually saw this, or this might have been a dream that I had last night. Was this video game was released, and on the poster it showed all the quotes from these different game articles, and one of them was by IGN, and it just said "awful." But it's something that they put on the poster or on the box, and I want to say that's something I dreamed up, because that doesn't sound like, if it was real, I would be hearing about it nonstop. Even now, even when I have myself locked out of Twitter, I would have.
If I made my own game and that happened, I would put that on the front fucking cover.
Well, Shadow Warrior 2 did something like that, because they pulled a quote from Polygon. It said "unfunny." Because Polygon was just going through so much shit at the time.
Is Shadow Warrior 2 good?
I've heard it. I've heard it's good. I guess it has an 8 out of 10 average.
Oh, cool.
Haven't played it yet. Haven't played the Shadow Warrior reboot or whatever that came before it. But I heard both of those games are pretty good. I have played the Viscera Cleanup Detail version of it, though.
Is that good?
Well, I prefer the vanilla Viscera Cleanup, because in the Shadow Warrior version, you're playing as this the Asian guy who makes these quips every time you pick something up or clean something up, and it's just gets really tiring after a while. And I don't think you can disable the voice either, so that sucks.
I've been speaking of games, I've been playing Hunter Call of the Wild. My ass lives in the fucking woods, and I'm like, why would I play a hunting game? Next thing you know, I'm sitting in a fucking tree blind hunting a fucking deer in the woods when I realized I could walk across the cornfield and do exactly fucking that.
Have you ever been hunting in real life?
No, because I'm too fucking loud and too big. My fucking... deer can get aggressive when they're spooked?
Huh.
My luck is I'd come into the podcast talking like, hello, I broke my neck because of a whitetail.
Now, I can imagine like if a deer charged you, you could probably just grab it by the horns, just like
I'd walk in,
pile drive it, yeah.
I'd walk around like the deer antler, like on my... Who killed?
They have one of those like shrouds with the heads and the antlers up there, just walking here like that.
God, I would walk around town dressed in furs and see how long it'd take for someone to shoot me.
I mean, here in Oberlin, yeah, wouldn't take much of a minute, yeah.
Thirder.
Sounds like a furry thing, actually. Like something that furries would be into.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. Moving on from that, I want to get back to talking about video game movies.
Yeah.
And how, like, it seemed like I was thinking about this when I say movies so enjoyable that you want to watch them more than once. Like it seems like a lot of video game movies fall into that category, all except ball movies.
Thank you. I was about to say.
Yeah, but I think about Mario Brothers, Tomb Raider, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
I only own one Uwe Ball movie.
Really?
Postal movie came with a copy of Postal 2 that was cheaper than Postal 2 was. This is before Steam.
Huh. How'd you like Postal, the movie?
Fucking atrocious.
Really?
It was basically softcore porn if no softcore porn.
Huh.
So nothing. There was a couple good jokes.
Yeah, I have heard that it's the best of his movies, which is not saying much, I guess.
I will say this. I almost consider Mortal Kombat a good movie. I consider it to be the best video game movie made because it captured the essence of the original arcade, I think.
You ever watch the Street Fighter movie?
Yes. Quick, change the channel! Raul Julia is an inspired pick for M. Bison.
Yeah. I mean, that one quote by him, like, it falls under the Steve Buscemi's law of quotes too good
Which
for them.
one?
When he says, when I walked into your village, it was the greatest, it was like a historic event, but for me it was a Tuesday.
God.
Something like that. I'm probably butchering
Raul Julia is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he did die.
That was his last movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to say, like, did he die last year? No, that was a while ago.
You know what I wish they could have made? Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine it. I just want to see fucking Kano, because they did the... You know that he wasn't Australian in the movie? He was Cockney? But everyone thought he was Australian?
Huh.
It's one of those, like, weird things that everyone misremembers. Even though in the games he was fucking Japanese.
Have you ever watched, speaking of martial arts, you ever watch Who Killed Captain Alex?
I'm going to watch it with my mom. I'm not even going to tell her what it is. Oh, speaking of Who movies, have you ever seen What Did Jack Do?
No.
It's a David Lynch movie that came out. He interrogates a monkey. It talks back.
I mean, that sounds like David Lynch, yeah.
It is the fucking funniest movie ever to put on. And so when I was with my mom, my sister came over and, we're just hanging out. I put the movie on in the background without telling anyone because it's on Netflix. And they look over and they're like, what the fuck? Because they make him talk like Mr. Ed with the...
They put peanut butter in his mouth?
Oh, no. Wait, no. I'm trying to have a better one. You ever see when they put, like, the cartoon... You ever see the Incredibles cartoon parody in the Pixar thing? Where they computer the lips over? It's kind of like that, where it's computer videoed lips over the monkey's mouth.
Okay, so it's like a step above a talking cat.
Yes.
Okay.
It's fucking amazing, though, because it almost is effective. Like, there's a real mystery in it. It also has a line about the monkey groping a chicken.
Okay.
Because David fucking Lynch.
Yeah. Speaking of Netflix, I saw that Studio Ghibli films are on there now.
Oh, sweet.
I'll be like, the first one I want to see is Princess Mononoke, because it's one that I've heard people like criticize lately, saying that it's probably like the studio's most preachy film. So I'll be interested to give that a fresh look. Because the first time I watched that, I was like 17. And I thought, like, oh, this is really deep and stuff.
I only saw 2 Studio Ghibli films. Nausicaa.
Right.
Fucking love Nausicaa.
Yeah, I took you to see that.
Yeah. And remember, I'm a big Ava fan. Fanemy, or whatever you call it, like fan enemy. When I watched it, I kind of see all the Ava stuff in hindsight.
Oh yeah, like especially the warrior part where it like blows up.
The God Warrior's fucking
I mean,
amazing
that's
scene.
whole sequence is animated by Hideki Anno.
God. But yeah, and I also saw
And
Spirited
the part where,
Away.
oh yeah, Spirited Away. Yeah, that's one that everybody's seen, even if they're not like fans of Ghibli. That's the one that they've all seen
You know,
because it won the Oscar that year.
oh, it did.
Yeah, it's the only Studio Ghibli film to win the Oscar, and I think it might be, and I'm probably wrong on this, but it might be the only Japanese anime film to win an Oscar. So it has that going for it.
Oh, it deserves it.
Yeah. I was thinking what you said about Nausicaa. Another example is the part with the army of warriors like walking away from the burning city.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely a Evangelion look.
God, I think I would love a Nausicaa video game in the style of Breath of the Wild.
You know, Nakey Jakey actually made a video about that, saying like what it was like a short series called like What If Movies Were Video Games, and he puts Nausicaa on there and pitches exactly that.
And you know what I would do as an asshole? Have a sequence where the opening credits, you should play as a God Warrior. Just to get all this destruction out of the way, and whatever you destroy is the world you play in.
So it's like almost like Death Stranding then?
Kinda. So like, if you destroy this part of the city and clear this cut path, then that's how the world generates in that direction with that clear cut path. Maybe.
That'd be interesting.
I like worlds that have world generation, like Dwarf Fortress, Minecraft, even though I don't play Minecraft much.
I've actually just started playing Minecraft again because I saw Oni plays.
How do you like that?
It's good. I left off after losing everything in like the Nether or something, and but yeah, it usually like when I run into that in a game, and it's like I give myself a couple weeks before I get back into it because it's that heartbreaking.
I've been playing Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's the MMO.
Yeah.
My fucking God. So I saw the Rise of Skywalker. Fucking hated it. I love it and hate it for all the wrong reasons. Loved it because it's the prequel film that we never got. Hate it because it's Rise of Skywalker. But it made me realize something. I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent here. It was how good old Star Wars used to be. Because I rewatched, the original, read some of the Legends, and BioWare even had good stuff. And then I saw, can I segue into it?
Sure.
The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
Mandalorian is old Star Wars to me. Besides, obviously, you know who.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
Oh, okay.
You can tell there was some executive like, Baby Yoda.
Did you see the Planters Twitter?
No.
They
killed off Planters?
Well, no, they backtracked on that, and they decided to do their version of Baby Yoda called Baby Nut. And it's a baby.
What?
It's a baby version of Mr. Peanut, and yeah.
Oh, I saw that. It's a Super Bowl commercial. They have him go, "I'm back."
Yeah. But I think that I heard the rumors that they retcon or they backtracked on the Mr. Peanut death because of Kobe Bryant. So that's.
Oh, Black Mamba can't die at the same day as Mr. Peanut. Oh man, that's bad.
Yeah. Like speaking of Kobe Bryant, like it reminds like when people are. I mean, it makes sense for like people to be like. I mean, it's a terrible way. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about this because it's a depressing subject. But yeah, when I was in high school, I remember like whenever my classmates would like throw up paper into the wastebasket, Kobe. Some would say LeBron, but most of them said Kobe.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think it was like they stopped saying LeBron after he left the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's interesting the legacy they left behind and all that. Even though like I'm not even into basketball or sports in general, and I'm still like.
I respect Kobe. I respect LeBron. I understand why LeBron left, and I understand why it's a shit show. But what really gets me going? Those people who are like, "Hey, how do you feel about the tragedy?" It's like, no, let the family fucking grieve, you nitwad.
Let's see. I don't have a good segue, but let's. Have you heard of Petscop?
Petscop?
Petscop.
No.
It's I looked this up, but I don't want to discuss it that much right now because I think that it's best you go in dry.
Yeah.
Because like I watched the Pyrocynical did a video on Petscop. I mean, it's probably his most famous video because everybody's like begging him to do. Everybody's been begging him for years to do follow up to it. But it's I don't know if I want to say too much about it, so I would look up Petscop on YouTube.
All right.
It's I guess the most I'm willing to say is it's an ARG. It's kind of. I don't know if that it really qualifies as that though, but just look it up on YouTube.
I will.
Petscop.
Homework.
Yeah, it's one word, Petscop. But yeah, I've been watching those videos and. I'm almost to the end because they actually just did a their last video a couple months ago. I've just been meaning to catch up, but yeah, there's 24 videos and it's really engaging and I like it. So check it out.
I remember when ARGs. Do you remember Darkspore?
No, I don't.
It was a.
I think I've heard
the Diablo game with the Spore idea.
Yeah.
I want them to make a Darkspore too, but unfortunately, EA is a twat.
You ever heard of Raises Hell?
No.
It was like a video game right around the like in the PlayStation 2 era, and it was about like you play as this sort of like edgy protagonist. It was like the era of edgy protagonists, like
Vex.
You got Jack and Vex, and it was basically around the same time. So, but like the idea is that he lives on a planet invaded by like these cute like Teletubby creatures called Culets, and they just start murdering everybody, and he like has to like kill all of them, just to like explode them all into like gory bits and stuff. And I remember it just being like a really interesting concept. I mean, edgy as hell, but yeah, I mean, even the title, it has that going for it.
You know what? Speaking of titles, this is a round note. I came up with the best name for a fictional law firm: Lipschitz and Bowell. I like that.
So, Dr. Lipschitz says, stop shaking the baby.
I always remember Lipschitz from, you ever watch Chicago?
No. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
The Lipschitz.
It's been a while since I watched Chicago. I think I watched it when I was like 15, so I don't think I appreciated it as much.
I really like Chicago. I like show tunes. I hate fucking saying, but Okay, so me and my sister, my mom have a tradition. We always play the Raving Rabbids game on the Wii. That's what my mom's favorite game. It's the only game. So if we had no Wii, but my stepdad didn't steal. So we're playing, Raving Rabbids, and my sister kicks my ass at the football game on there. And my sister says, quote, "I think you have a son, and he's not sitting over there to make fun of me." And the next game's the show tune game. You could hear the silence, but yeah.
I just finished reading Tom Sawyer.
How'd you like it?
It was good. Like I've said before, it's a book that if you call yourself a writer, then you need to read it. It's on a list of books you need to read if you want to call yourself a writer. I know I've read To Kill a Mockingbird. Still haven't read Mice and Men, which is another one I guess I can. I mean, there's no official list. There probably is. Some schmuck probably put a list together online saying, you're a fucking asshole if you don't read these books or something. You're uncultured.
You're overcultured if you read this book.
And then like at the bottom of the list is Boku no Pico. It's like, oh god damn it! Wait, that's not a manga. That's a video.
At the bottom is Empress Teresa.
Oh yeah.
I recognize this name. God, Empress Teresa needs a Netflix adaptation.
I mean, that would be perfect for Netflix adaptation.
God.
She has to be recast as a black trans woman of color.
And there has to be one. Okay, you know what I was talking about? All Might. All Might's just fucking great. But let's talk about Tom Sawyer while I have the image of All Might as Tom Sawyer in my head.
Yeah, like Tom Sawyer. It's a classic. It's a great American novel and all that stuff. It's like there's a lot of it that it's sort of set the groundwork for young adult fiction. I mean, stuff that I read when I was in middle school. I don't remember like all the stuff I read in middle school, obviously, but there's a lot of it in there that like I could tell like, oh, here are the story beats that I sort of remember, or like kind of bled into that. So like the genre over the decades.
I was reading that in the reduction of like Persona 5, they almost had Tom Sawyer as a persona.
Huh. I mean, it is in the public domain.
Well,
so.
he's a trickster, is why they almost wanted him. Because remember, all the Persona 5 characters are tricksters. You know, you have Loki, you have Arsène de Lupin, and they thought he'd be a good one, but then they weren't sure how to make a fucking persona out of Tom Sawyer.
Uh-huh.
Hard R power, activate!
I mean, that would be Huck Finn.
Oh, Huck Finn, I thought.
Yeah, because there's like probably 10 times the amount of N-words in Huckleberry Finn than there is in the Tom Sawyer book.
Yeah, I wonder how the audiobook handles that.
I'd be interested to see, because I know that Nick Offerman did the audiobook for Tom Sawyer, and I know that he's like kind of a staunch liberal type. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he does.
I think I don't know. I have two minds on this. Obviously, don't say that word. But I'm also of a mind.
I mean, for me, it's don't say that word in public unless you want to get your ass kicked.
Yes, that's the more correct term.
Like, I say it in private all the time. And I know that by saying that, I'm, like, drawing criticisms of me, but you can't prove that I said it, other than me saying that I may or may not have said it in the privacy of my own home. Only Google knows, because, surveillance.
Alexa is like, I heard that. My mom has an Alexa. I fucking hate her Alexa, by the way. Can I talk about this?
Sure.
Alexa doesn't like lisps. I have to fucking argue with her Alexa. And I don't know what the Alexa hears, because I motherfuck that Alexa. Like, you fucking... Also, your Alexa will get angry at you, I swear.
Yeah, check something real quick.
Yeah, but, yeah, sorry, I'm just ranting. But,
Hey, Google. Say the N-word. Okay, but please don't tell my engineers I said this. Holy gigabytes, megabits. That's weird. I think I broke Google's brain. Also, like, the audio isn't working on this. I don't know.
she can't say it.
Yeah. Hey, Google. Say the N-word.
Okay, but please don't tell my engineers I said this. Holy gigabytes, megabits.
That's weird. Like,
Maybe it's say your favorite word. I don't know.
like I think it's just like it being cheeky or whatever.
You know what bugs me about
Like
Alexa?
they actually programmed this in for somebody to tell Google to say the N-word.
You know what's interesting about Alexa, by the way?
What?
They gave Alexa a favorite fucking movie, A New Hope. That's her favorite film of all time. But also, can I tell you what else Alexa's programmed to do? She can fucking prank you. She'll go, so I stammered something because you know how I fucking ramble sometimes. She goes, hey, let's play a game where I repeat things. I went, okay. And then she goes, hey, let's play a game where I repeat things. It took me 3 more times. I went like, wait a minute. That fucking threw thing out the window.
How long have we been? Okay. I think we'll cycle into the theme of our episode.
The
finally.
final one?
We're already like halfway through, and now it's time to announce the theme of the episode, which is 3. And
Trouble's coming free.
yeah, and there are three subjects that we're going to talk about. The first of which is Kingdom Hearts 3. Because after I finished Tom Sawyer, well, I've been like playing Kingdom Hearts 3 a while, but like this is like Kingdom Hearts 3 is the thing that I wanted to finish after finishing Tom Sawyer, because I got Kingdom Hearts 3 like a year ago by now, and I've just been playing it very, very sporadically. It's just something that, like you say, you're sort of a hate fan of Evangelion.
Yes.
That's my relationship with Kingdom Hearts. Is that I love the first game, and like everything from after that just went straight downhill. I mean, story-wise, I'd say that the gameplay of 2 is probably my favorite, but the writing just tanked after the first game. Like, especially the dialogue, because you can tell just by comparing the opening monologue from the first game to the opening monologue of the second game, just how different the tones are. I think that in Kingdom Hearts 1, the teenagers actually sound like real teenagers. And then after that, it's just like, darkness, light, all that, like just rambling about, my friends are my power, and just repeating all that, like, ad nauseum stuff. And it's like, yeah, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, it's like...
It's the stuff that Kingdom Hearts gets made fun of for. And they just piled it on in the later games.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably the worst so far?
I'd say in terms of writing, yeah. I would say, because people are like, oh, well, you didn't play Kingdom Hearts 3D for the DS, and you didn't play this and that, the mobile game that takes like 12 hours to complete, that doesn't actually add anything to the story, but except, introduce a few characters who have bit parts in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like, if you played those, then you'd feel you'd feel better about them being in the... And I'm like, no, I don't care about any of this stuff that's happening. I just kind of... Like, after I'm done with Kingdom Hearts 3, I think that's it for me with the series. I just want this to be sort of my closure. Even if it isn't, like, because I've heard people say, of Kingdom Hearts 3, they'd set up for a sequel right away at the end.
What if Kingdom Hearts 4, opens with, like, let's go to high school? And then you see him walk into a school and you see an AK-47.
I mean, aside from the AK-47 thing, the fact that they might actually do that, go to a high school, set that up in the sequel, that kind of is a...
We're in an American high school in 1996. What's the worst that could happen?
There was a joke in The Simpsons in, like, a episode from, like, 98 where they go to the post office, and, like, Nelson asked the postmaster general, like, hey, has anybody here ever gone on a shooting spree? And he's like, oh, no, like, the days of the going postal went the way of the Macarena. And then Principal Skinner's like, yes, and it's a good thing I work at an elementary school.
Fuck.
Yeah, and this was, like, probably only a couple of years after Columbine.
Fuck. The balls they had.
They must have seen it coming. Because, I mean, anyway, speaking of tragedies, back to Kingdom Hearts. I would recommend, just.
I didn't get into Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to play it, just play the first game and end it there, and then just watch like maybe a compilation of cutscenes from like 2 and see what you're getting into.
Isn't there a Nightmare Before Christmas Land in the second one?
It's in the first one too. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I'm actually planning to go back and play the first game just to see if like it does hold up as much as it is in my head. And I have a feeling like that most of my opinions are not based on nostalgia, because I played it on the PS3 like a couple years ago, or like 5 years ago maybe at the most, and it still is as good as I remember it, or I remember it being as good as I remember before playing it back then. So I have a feeling I'll have the same opinion this time around. Like another important thing, like another really subtle but important detail, is that in the first game, like Sora has a mother, and that like at the beginning where right before he's like lost from his island and thrown into another world, he sneaks out of his bedroom to like fight the Heartless on the other islands, because he doesn't know any of that. But like you heard from the other room, Sora, dinner's ready, and it's voiced by I think Kath Soucie, the girl, like the woman who voices all the mom characters, and she voiced the mom in Danny Phantom.
Oh,
you know that voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like she's the mom voice in the voice actors industry. But the thing is, like, it showed sort of that Sora has a family that he's leaving behind, and that he has a life. These characters have lives outside of this linear path to whatever. Like the idea is that it adds this level of humanity. And I know that I'm just sort of rambling.
No, I get what you're saying. It's like. As it went on, they made him less human.
Yeah, exactly.
He became as cartoon as Mickey.
Yeah, I swear, if you compare the dialogue from Kingdom Hearts 1 to the dialogue of especially Kingdom Hearts 3, it's like they're completely. It's almost like the Kingdom Hearts 3. They're not even humans. They're just like exposition machines.
What if you like peel back his? No, that'd be the twist at the end of 3. His head blows up, and then the real Sora walks out the shotgun. Skynet replaced me.
I don't know. It just like cuts to the next scene, and it's Mark Zuckerberg wearing Sora's clothes.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm here.
He seems to have tongue like a lizard. Oh, okay.
He drinks water really slowly.
There was a fan jokes on a different Mortal Kombat where it's Reptile doing that, the water drinking pose. Because the whole joke is he can turn into a human, and a lizard.
Yeah. I think that I was thinking about this is that because I actually just a couple weeks ago I watched a Goofy movie on Disney Plus. I think it was for the first time, or at least first time I can remember. I might have watched it when I was like a really little kid once. I remember watching an extremely Goofy movie more, but like I watched the Goofy movie and there was like a cameo appearance of Donald Goofy, and I thought to myself, I wonder if like Kingdom Hearts takes place like 10 or 20 years before a Goofy movie or Goof Troop.
So this is after he's like a war veteran of a
This
Heartless?
is like so like Kingdom Hearts would be like teenage or young adult Goofy.
What weapon does Goofy use?
The shield.
Okay, just feel like that dramatic would be like, hey, what's this shield? Here.
Don't touch that, Maxie. I killed 50 men with it.
That's blue. No, there you. I can't. Donald Duck's fucking great. Donald, do you know what?
Like his voice gets really annoying after a while if you play Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
Like I don't know if it's the voice actor or if it's just the fact that you're like hearing that voice like near constantly. Exactly, yeah.
But like, I love his personality because he's the one Disney character who probably does yell cocksucker on the highway.
Yeah, like there was I remember in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there was like, I don't know if there was controversy or if people were like just pointing it out, was that the part where Donald Duck and Daffy Duck are having the piano duel, it sounds like when Donald's like yelling at Daffy, it sounds like he's calling Daffy the N-word.
Yep, that's Donald.
I don't think I think that they, like the director said, no, that's not what it actually was saying.
Donald is hard, Donald, he's got a couple tattoos under them feathers. He's a Korean War veteran. Oh shit!
I thought you meant those kinds of tattoos, the windmill of peace.
No, he's got a 1/8%.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he is technically a war veteran.
Yeah.
He is like he's registered as a veteran in like the
Korean War,
Library of Congress or something.
I just want to picture like
No, he's like on the roster or something.
I just want to picture him like just like Mickey walks over and like, hey Donald, what's up? And Donald is sitting there, handshaking, like, what? You can still hear the blood, still hear the bombs. Mickey was a draft dodger, and Goofy was, he had a bum leg, so he couldn't join. Daffy's the only one there to have felt the human's heart stop of his bayonet.
Donald. You said Daffy.
Donald.
Whatever.
Daffy was in the Air Force. I'm kidding, man.
But if Kingdom Hearts 4, what world would you want to see in
Mandalorian. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, technically it is Disney, yeah.
No, I want to see fucking like Tatooine on there. I know it's a dumb pick, but can you imagine a heartless Jawa? You have like a puzzle where you rip apart your gummy ship or some shit like that.
I mean, they do look already like heartless because they have the
that'd be the
eyes.
twist. They aren't heartless, and that's why you're killing them. You murdered dozens of them, and the one Jawa's like, don't kill him. By the way, Jawa, I fucking love Jawa. I forgot how much I love them.
Yeah, for me, world I'd like to see is Springfield.
Oh,
Just
they
have them
do
go
that.
to Simpsons World, yeah.
Wait, it'd be another good one. Did they do Tron yet?
Yeah,
Okay, they have Tron. Bald Mountain.
they did that in the first game.
The dinosaur area from Fantasia.
They haven't done that. So.
I know it's me picking dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could have like a boss fight with a heartless Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to like ride it. You could have like, Also, any water level sucks. That's just the rule of gaming.
Yeah.
Is that still true in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah. I mean,
What's
I think so.
What's their water level like?
In Kingdom Hearts 3, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. I think it's probably the best executed one, though. It doesn't feel as shitty as it is in Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2.
So it's not Ariel?
No. I mean, Ariel does appear as like a summon, but in the first two games, you could go to Atlantica. In the second game, it was like the musical level, though.
That's what I meant. The
Yeah,
musical.
everybody hates that one.
No, you know what I would pick? Fucking Marvel. That's another pick, and that's one I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they do Marvel. Make it like fucking World War II of Captain America. Just two things that would never be in Kingdom Hearts, like, mein Leben!
I actually just rewatched Captain America 1 a couple nights ago.
Doesn't it hold up?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to because I remember watching the Red Letter Media review of it, and they were saying, oh, it's not very good, but I liked it.
What I really like is Red Skull in it.
Oh, yeah.
Hugo Weaving fucking rocks. I love the Valkyrie scene, where he's walking there with the glass of champagne.
Let's see what else.
Red Skull's probably my favorite Marvel villain, after all.
Really?
I just love how he's just the embodiment of Marvel's evil. Just so emotionless.
Yeah, I think he's portrayed as more of a megalomaniac, and he's more campy in the movie, I guess.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he probably is more like what you're saying in the comics, I guess.
Well, I just like how... I just like the fucking fact that he's a Nazi with a skull for a head. People go like, yep, I work for him. Do you think they have jobs there? Like, come for Hydra. You come for Hydra, you get the dental insurance.
I mean, that's probably what they did before Winter Soldier. Is how they sold it to all them.
Yeah, I had jacked up teeth before I joined Hydra.
Yeah. Notice that they abandoned abandoned Hydra plots after Disney acquired them.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of The Simpsons, I was watching, or I got about Bart Kira.
What?
Bart Kira.
Yes.
Yeah, I was actually reading it last night.
How is it?
It's good. I mean, I've read the first 4 volumes of
Do they
Akira.
change the dialogue?
They just changed some of the dialogue where it's like Bart. I mean, he'll say "I caramba" or "Don't have a cow man" sometimes in place of other exclamations in the original. And there's some really great art in there. It's really neat to see all these locations and also characters recast as the characters in Akira.
God, I never actually saw Akira or
Really?
read it.
I would recommend. I mean, I hear different opinions about the movie. I personally, I've been meaning to go back and rewatch the movie because I watched it with the dub a while ago. Not the original dub, but the redub that was done in 2003, which not a lot of people like. So I've been meaning to watch it. The original Japanese, as God intended, subtitled version. But I mean, I hesitate too because the animation is just so beautiful, and I don't want to keep looking down and up at the subtitles and then back and forth.
Speaking of dub versus sub, usually if anime I've been going more for sub. I will never watch a Godzilla movie if a sub if I can help it, because as much as I help it, can you give an example of how different the lines are? This weapon will penetrate Godzilla's hide, or the American, this will go through Godzilla like shit through a goose. What would you rather watch?
I mean, there's a level of campiness to the dubs. There's
Yes.
a reason that it always gets brought up in there's a reason that always gets made fun of in other movies. The first thing I think of is Austin Powers Goldmember. It's like, oh, it's Godzilla. It's not really Godzilla. It is a copyright-free version. Still, we should run like it is, even though it isn't.
I love that scene.
Yeah.
You know what I would so do if I had to direct a Godzilla movie? Real quick, could I mention this? This is my dream Godzilla movie. I would do a Godzilla movie where Godzilla's not in it. I would do a Godzilla movie where it's... Here's my pitch. Make it an aerial dogfight Godzilla movie of flying monsters. Or, have it be follow one of the underdogs fight the big bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because, or even better, make a Godzilla movie styled after Hunting the Bismarck, but they're hunting Godzilla in a naval ship. And have one of the scenes be we don't realize these giant rock crags are going between are Godzilla's backs.
I mean, they already made a Godzilla movie without Godzilla. It was called Shin Godzilla. That's me just throwing you a bone.
Yes, thank you.
'Cause I still haven't seen Shin Godzilla, but I'm just going off what you told me.
I'm warmed up to it. I'm sad that they took down the old statue of classic Godzilla for Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla looks like something Godzilla would have fought. But you know what? I will say one thing. Shin Godzilla's led to many memes. One of the memes is, you have a guy in the mountain screaming. They do that with his roar because he doesn't just open his mouth. He flops his jaw open.
Well, another way I could have said that was there's there's the 97 version of Godzilla.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, you're correct. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I get one creepy voice of video.
Yeah. Can I recommend an anime?
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter.
Is that how you say Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, I used to pronounce it like the way it's spelled, Hunter x Hunter, but apparently the X is silent.
Which one do I watch? Which one? There's two, right?
The modern version, the 2011 version.
All right.
I kind of hesitate to recommend shonen animes that have like more than 100 episodes in a series, because like that's the same with Yu Yu Hakusho. That's like almost 200 episodes.
I kind of quit watching after episode 10.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I'm gonna
fine.
go back and finish it one day.
Like, not a lot of people have the time for like those long series.
They should make a Yu Yu Hakusho movie,
I think they have.
live action.
Oh, that would be neat.
Do you know how I would do it though? In the style of God, the movie's specifically my name. It's the video game inspired film.
Gamer?
No, the good one.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim style effects, but for a Yu Yu Hakusho kind of, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Like or use 2D animation so it looks just like the anime for VIA powers.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've seen that in a movie.
That's how they should. I want to see how that would look for like an anime.
Yeah.
Like Kuwabaro's lightning sword.
Mm-hmm. And it still has the lightsaber sound effect.
Yeah.
And then the studio just ends up getting sued up their ass by Disney.
I also, Kuwabara is my favorite character because
He still has to have his voice dubbed by, what's his name?
Chris Sabat.
Chris Sabat, yeah.
God.
Or it has to be somebody imitating him.
Yeah.
And
He has to talk normal for like 5 minutes, and he gets hit in the head, and he gets up and he talks like that the rest of the movie.
Uh-huh.
God.
But yeah, moving on to the next 3 in our list.
Yes.
Witcher 3. It's probably like the one I have the least to say about because...
But it's the one I know the most about.
Yeah.
Can I talk about this?
Sure, go ahead.
Witcher 3 is one of my favorite stories of all time, and it's one of the games that I hate playing the most because it's a slog to get through.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of the combat. Mm-hmm. But the quest lines are just so amazing to me. I can exemplify why I love it so much. How far did you get?
It was after I killed the griffin, or is that what it is? Or the manticore, whatever?
The lion head thing, ate the horse.
The one at the beginning.
The griffin.
Yeah, the first boss.
Yeah. How did you resolve the Bloody Baron? Because there's so many ways that goes down.
I don't know if I got to that yet.
Oh, fuck. Cool. The guy with the big beard who's like, oh.
I'll have to...
I'm not spoiling it. That's just what they call the guy.
Yeah, I need to get back into it because like a lot of these characters I think I've forgotten.
Can I tell you why it's so cool? There's like 100 different paths that quest can take. That's what I love is because they don't actively condemn the characters or hide them. Every character is treated neutrally. So, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
There's also, the whole fact that it's also why I can't watch a Netflix Witcher. I beat Witcher 1, I played Witcher 2, played Witcher 3, Henry Cavill ain't my Witcher, because when I hear it, no, that's not what my Geralt would do, and I can't help it. But you know what it is? It's like, it would be like if they made a Master Chief movie, or a Halo movie of Master Chief, and he didn't act like Master Chief, and there's that slight little tinge in your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Henry Cavill's fucking good in it, though.
Yeah. He's a PC gamer.
Yes. And also, he likes to play WoW a lot. I wonder if he's Alliance or Horde.
That's what people saying he's the literal version of the Chad on the computer meme.
Oh my god, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think I've been meaning to get back into Witcher 3. And also the first 2 games, I guess.
Witcher 1, I'd pass on, really. Witcher 2 is where it gets interesting. Witcher 2 has actually one of my favorite monsters in the series, the Karen. If you don't prepare, it will fucking stun lock you. But if you do prepare, it's fucking awesome. It also has a cool suit of armor I wish you could bring over to Witcher 3. You know?
I wonder if they're gonna remake the first 2 games.
It would be cool if they do it in a Witcher style.
Yeah.
Witcher 3 style. You know how I would do a Witcher game real quick? I want a Witcher game where you make your own Witcher. Because there's different schools of Witchers. Wolf uses the 2 swords. Manticore uses a mace with a poison injector. There's one that uses daggers. I think that's Cat. Snake uses big damn sword.
I was relieved to see that the writer of The Witcher, he resolved like whatever conflict he had with CD Projekt Red, and I think he's going to work more with them now.
Wow.
Like, or at least they're going to give him proper credit now.
I think the issue was that he didn't sign the contract.
Right.
He wanted a lump sum, not royalties.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. And then
What the fuck?
yeah, well, he thought that like video games are like aren't going to sell or whatever, but he was proven wrong on that. And I guess they managed to renegotiate the contract with him. So it's nice to see creators getting their just dues, even though they make stupid decisions every now and then.
He strikes me as an asshole.
Yeah.
But he's a good asshole at writing. Give that asshole a pen and he'll shart you out a story.
Yeah, I mean, like, as a writer myself, I can see where he's coming from. Where it's like, you don't... I had the issue with Tapas. With I don't know if I told you about that webcomic hosting app, where it's like I was reading the fine print of the exclusive publisher membership and saying, how if you subscribe to that if you work with them, because like the idea is that they help promote your brand and like talk to studios to like do hypothetical animations. I don't know of any comics that have actually gotten that proper treatment, but there was like the fine print saying and also we own 40% of your IP. And
What's 40%?
Exactly. It's a frighteningly vague statement saying where it's like, do you own this number of characters? Do you own the setting? Do you own the title? Like
we'll let you own the color palette.
Exactly. It's very very vague to the point where you can't really define it. Like if it's that ill-defined, then you really need to back out that deal. And I'm really glad that I read the fine print on that. So
Yeah.
I've been uploading my comics to Webtoon, and but I don't plan on if they ever make me the offer, which I don't see them doing. But if they make me the offer of like, you're our exclusive guy we're gonna make this deal with you, I'm just gonna pass.
What
on
if
that.
Netflix wants to make a Yesterday Kids anime?
I mean, I would like to be the executive creative consultant on that at the very least.
But there's one thing: there has to be a giant robots fight.
I mean, I could see that happening. I'd be willing. I mean,
okay, you know what I would do? I would have like a Joker with a giant robot fight, and it pans back and it's straight on the game.
oh yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to adaptations, for me, my opinion is that the adaptation is a separate entity from what you create. I know that creator Fullmetal Alchemist felt that way about the first anime, the 2003 anime, and she was like, that's its own thing. They can do whatever they want because
There's some things I like about the first one more.
Yeah, I saw like a series of videos like arguing that there are more things that the 03 version does, at least at the beginning, that they do right better than Brotherhood, in that it doesn't set it up to where it's like you already know what's going to happen. There's like in the Brotherhood version, there's a lot of foreshadowing of like, something's gonna go wrong. And it's like in the 03 version, it treats you more like you've never seen this before. And it's like setting it up normally.
My grandmother and I watched Full Metal Alchemist because when I was younger, when I watched it, my grandmother would watch it too. It's one of her favorite animes. We watched the 03 version. I remember her watching Brotherhood and going, hey, wait a minute. Isn't he... Because they switch around who's Pride and who's Wrath. And that caught her off guard.
Uh-huh.
That was kind of cool. I also remember how Fullmetal Alchemist 03 ended with Nazis.
Yeah, Hitler makes it. He shows up in the movie, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Nazis.
I mean, it would be neat if Blazkowicz shows up from Wolfenstein.
You hear the Wolfenstein theme? Okay, you know what I want now? A Wolfenstein style game, like old school Wolfenstein, but with Full Metal Alchemist alchemy.
Oh yeah, I would like to see a Full Metal. Is there a Full Metal Alchemist game?
There's a few, but yeah, they're okay.
I feel like they did one for the PS2 a while
Yeah,
back.
Fallen Angel, Broken Angel.
Right.
You know what I would do for a Full Metal game? You make your own alchemist. You pick one of the preset alchemy trees, so that when you make your character, they'll give you a title, so that you're like. Because you know what I hate in games? He's the Dragonborn. No, call him... Because everyone has cool names like, he's the Gun Show Alchemist. He's the Fireborn Alchemist. He's Biggest Dickest Alchemist.
I wonder what he does. But anyway, like you know what I would like to see?
What?
An anime game that isn't just mediocre. Because I know that I think
I
about.
like Xenoverse 2.
I mean, I know that Kakarot came out recently, and it only showed like the first hour of it, and it looks so boring. I mean, the combat looks fine, but the thing is, like with a lot of these, I think.
How many times in a Dragon Ball game have we seen the first fucking season of Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah,
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
But they're always like telling the same story, which I think that it's just.
Here's
like,
what we do. We do Dragon Ball Z, but Nappa fucking cuts Goku in half.
Oh yeah, just show like alternate timelines or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I think that they've done.
Here's my pick. You have two, the LR and the R2 button. Whichever one you hit changes the scenes, and that character wins the fight. So hypothetically, Nappa can win and become the villain.
Or at least show like branching pathways.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That fucking irritates me that we've seen that fucking scene of Team 4 Star spoiled me with Nappa.
No, I actually, and this might be a controversial statement, but I actually prefer the Team 4-star dubs over the Funimation dubs.
You know what? I fucking agree.
Well, especially when it comes to Goku, because I feel like, I can't remember the name of the guy who does Goku, but he does probably the best possible like voice for Goku. Like it's in between the Japanese old lady voice and the American voice. He meets this like really, really happy medium where it's like he sounds like this clueless, dopey alien who loves to fight and will sacrifice the safety of the planet just to have a good fight, versus like the guy who actually is trying to defend the Earth. And it's like this very good middle ground between the two.
But you know what's funny though is that when I play, I watch almost all of Team 4 Star, but I played Xenoverse 2 again, and I fucking broke out laughing every time. I played the entire game as Nappa because of that. Every time I could, I played as fucking Nappa. Vegeta! Vegeta! I think I do that kind of okay.
Yeah. Vegeta.
Vegeta!
Yeah. But before we run out of time, I mean, we got plenty of time, but
the third three?
The third three.
The triad of our three.
This was like the first one that I wrote down because I wanted to talk about this guy.
Is he really a three?
He's 3033 if we're gonna like classify him on a power level mind scale or whatever. It's like I want to hear your opinion of this guy. And his name is Martin Cabello III.
So I'm watching this video that you send me. Cocaino. No, flour.
Yeah.
What? And I
mean, it's technically not his video, but like Pyrocynical's coverage.
Pyrocynical,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty interesting. As it goes on, I fluctuate. I go, oh, this guy's kind of sad. Get sadder, and I go, wait, this guy's fucking impressive. And I look at the guy doing his shit. This guy, for some reason, he's kind of legitimately inspiring to me. Because he's fuck nut crazy, but I think he's awesome.
He's autistic as fuck.
Yeah. Stolen valor. God. I honestly think that, like, also the egg. God, raw eggs just give me the jeebs.
My brother actually drinks raw eggs. He's like in the best shape of his life right now.
I need to eat raw egg. Give me an ostrich egg.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to, but if he does the keto diet, so and I think that's what Martin Cabello does also.
I might try keto.
I've been meaning to. like
It could be a podcast thing, doing the keto.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like simple enough where it's like, you know, just eat a lot of eat vegetables, eat red meat, fish, and cut out all sugar and carbs, as much carbs as you can at least.
All right.
And also work out if you're gonna eat a lot of red meat and fish.
Yeah.
So do cardio on the regular. I already do cardio, not on the regular. I was meaning to do that today, but I'll do that tomorrow.
Like, Martin Cabello strikes me. Something's wrong with his face.
Yeah, his eyes are close together. I think that's the thing.
He looks like an NPC. They said that joke.
An Oblivion NPC, yeah.
He reminds me more of like a character you'd see in like a fighting game advertisement. Like, I don't know. He's fucking amazing, but can I tell you what's killing me? There's a thing in The Mandalorian about eggs. The Sugo! And when he eats that fucking egg, the Sugo! God.
What gets me about him is like when he's talking about like quantum mechanics and like neural networks, and like when he's like massaging his wife, when he's massaging his wife's head, when he's like, you know, love is not a chemical reaction but a series of neural network patterns that define quantum stuff. Like
it's almost like a rap.
Yeah, it's weird. Like what gets me is that a lot of that big think stuff is stuff that I've actually like put into my own writing and my own work. And
what if Martin Cabello became a character in your stuff?
I want him to teach me about all that he knows with that stuff.
He's a yoga. You must go to the top of his mountain. And he's like, then you must fight him up there.
You know, hey, come in. This is my pal Ernie.
God, Ernie's pimping ride. Like, he's the kind of autistic that I respect and fear simultaneously. Mm-hmm. The kind where you don't know he's autistic until you go, oh.
Kind of like me, actually.
Yeah.
I would like to meet him someday.
Like me, I'm autistic as fuck.
Uh-huh. I mean, we both are. I mean, I can. I don't know.
You're more higher functioning.
I think so. Yeah, and thank you. I like to think that I am as well.
And
thinking is half the battle.
Because I was in a special ed social group longer, which is fucking poison.
Yeah.
But you know.
I mean, I was in that too. So
yeah.
It's like, I mean, whatever. I don't know that much about.
I think it's the issue that I wasn't in more normal groups longer. Not normal. You know what I mean by normal.
Yeah.
Socio-normal.
Neurotypical, yeah.
Neurotypical. But yeah, Martin Cabello eats eggs, eats flour.
Eats worms.
Oh, frogs. God, he eats frogs and worms. Yeah. Imagine being a small animal in his house. If he ever has kids, can I have a puppy? Sure, we can have as many as you want. You just cut the pup into strips.
He's talking about like the chemical reaction that causes neural networks to function at quantum mechanics, all the while like you hear.
He's just like he's got a cat by its tail. He goes like, you know, put the cat in the bag.
Like that scene from Gummo.
Oh my God! Did you make Richard watch that?
Yeah, I did. And
can I ask what his reaction was?
Well, he asked him like, "What did you think?" And he's like, "It's an evil movie," or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he sighed, took it out, and threw it across the room.
Well, I hope they didn't, because it's a library movie.
He took it off, put it in there, and mentally threw it across the room and put it back.
There's some stuff at the library that I think is like misshelved or something. Like because like I was going through the young adult graphic novel or comic section, and there was like several Junji Ito books on the shelf.
Do you think I should, tell him that? Like,
I mean, I think they moved it to the adult section. So.
Yeah, like, yo, bro, yeah, you don't want that shit there.
I showed I checked it out and showed it to my uncle, one of the books, and he's like flipping through it, and I can see his eyes just wide, and I'm like, ugh.
That pimple story is the one that I can't read from Junji.
Yeah.
The zits.
Okay. The one I'm thinking of is the holes.
Oh yeah, but Arigata.
Yeah.
The Obsession.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you know that game? Ever heard of Cataclysm: Dark Days Ahead?
No.
It's a roguelike game with different apocalypses happening simultaneously. That's an event in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Is the holes from Arigata Fault.
Huh.
I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah.
No, the one I'm thinking of is the kid who gets holes in his face. His face.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Yeah, like the trypophobia is what they
I don't have tryptophobia super, but when I have it, you know what I mean?
Like, it's not actually classified as a phobia by the, I guess, the National Mental Health Organization. They don't classify it as a mental illness. It's classified as a revulsion.
Okay, it's a revulsion that I have.
Yeah, and it's a natural response because the idea is, you know, if you're a caveman and you wake up and there's like maggots like eating through your body, you want to cut that off, and so like you have that revulsion to like just like rip off your arm and like tape it up and stuff.
Good.
That's why your hands and arms usually itch whenever, like, if you notice, like if you look at that tryptophobia stuff too long, you start to get itchy.
Interesting. I'm gonna experiment.
I think some people have. I think about this one comic I saw on Tumblr a while back was this, and I don't know if it's a true story, but the artist was talking about how they had dreams of like their pores being really big in their hands and like dust and bugs crawling into them, and then when they wake up, their hands are itchy.
Can I share with you a new horrible idea? I had a monster called a tryptivore that eats small holes in you with thousands of small little mouths.
Huh. Ooh. Oh yeah, so it's like a proboscis that has like a 1,000 little like
Yeah.
like
It looks like a cat of nine tails.
Ooh.
And oh yeah, that could be a fucking dunwolf.
Oh yeah.
It hides under the clearance counter.
Yeah, write that down.
Okay.
You don't have to write it down right now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, tryptivore.
yeah.
I'll hold my patent.
But I bet that it tried to like
Martin Cabello walks in.
Martin Cabello's, and it like just bounces off of his chest.
You know what happens if he's ever in a fight? What happens is he goes instant transmission.
Yeah. And he's the kind of guy who I would probably describe as aggressively likable.
Yes. I can't think of a reason to dislike him other than him being slightly weird and eating animals.
And also talking about like his friend blowing himself up and being a conspiracy about the military. Like if you're like a really military supporter, then you probably wouldn't like him.
Yeah, like my uncle would be like, hang him! No rope can hold him down!
And one of those guys who like posts constantly to Facebook of like bold text over a American flag.
That's my uncle.
Yeah.
Oh no, Martin Cabello's house blew up and he's just standing there shielding his wife from the fire.
Yeah.
I would cast him as All Might. Just cover up his eyes, give him the blonde wig. He's got the chin for it.
All right.
The gain.
Hey Deku, I need you to eat this hair. It has a lot of protein in it, and it will change your quantum structure by altering your DNA.
Hold on. I just really like Kachino. No. Like Kachan or whatever they call it. Fucking, no, Deku. That joke butchered itself.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like in an image format, probably.
Yeah.
Would, but whatever.
I'm gonna have to work that out.
Yeah.
Sketch it one day.
I think that we've gone through all that we need to, or everything on the list. Anything else you want to talk about? Oh yeah, creative process. You want to talk about some stuff?
Yeah,
we're working on?
I'm going back to Dunwalls. I've decided that I want to do. It is a webtoons thing because you've inspired me. I don't know if I can monetize webtoons that well.
I think that I don't know about monetization if you're not like directly affiliated with Webtoon.
Maybe I can make a Patreon page.
Yeah, you could do that. I think that most people do that.
If I do, I might do a thing like if you throw a couple dollars, your monster could show up in Dunwalls or a thing inspired by it. Have your face be ripped off by a tryptivore.
Or you could even just do like a pinup for like what that guy does.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
His name is Roman Gensky on Patreon.
Right.
I believe it goes as Raisin Mokana, I believe. He's been kind of spotty recently, but he does good shit.
I mean, he got arrested, so he has a good excuse.
Yeah.
Unlike me, which I'm just lazy and undisciplined.
Yeah.
Lately, though, if you're done talking about yours, like I've been disciplining myself lately by just. I think I would talk about this last time, locking myself in my art room and not letting myself out for like an hour minimum. And I have a bathroom in there too.
Oh, good.
And by bathroom, I don't mean bucket. It's an actual bathroom. So don't worry about that. Don't send the health department to my.
You have a window.
Yeah. Bob walks in. If the health department sees that you're shitting in a bucket, they could condemn our house.
I'm cutting down the yard room.
No, I would love it if he cut down my internet, because that would eliminate most of the distractions in my life.
Just the specter of Bob walks in his glowing angelic glory. It's a Christly figure.
Yeah. But, yeah, I've been limiting my internet. I'm probably going to log on to my Twitter now because it's been a month. But I'll only be on there for like a week before I lock myself out for, maybe not a month, but 2 weeks. Maybe I'll alternate like that. I do have a Snapchat, but I don't use it, so that's a good thing. I only use it when I think of a funny cartoon character to draw and post it there. And I hate it. I'd rather use Instagram, which I think I do have, but again, it's like more distractions. I have to find that right balance between, being somewhat active on social media enough to let my audience know what's going on, but also hammering out these comic pages. Expect, if it's not out already, the next page of the Yesterday Kids. I promise that I'll do more than once a month, or at this point 2 months. I'm really not happy with the output that I'm doing, but I think that with this more strict schedule, I think that you'll start seeing more regular updates, at least with both the podcast and the webtoon. I want to get at least 20 webtoons out for Yesterday Kids before I get to work on the main comic. Or maybe even more than that. I don't know. Enough to fill maybe a pamphlet that I can sell, that I can hawk at conventions.
I realized how I would sell Dunwalls. I would make, if I made a book for it, I would sell the first graphic novel as a Dunwalls Employee's Guide. Sell it like that. Because Walmart, have you ever been hired at Walmart?
No.
They give you styled like a 5-year-old fucking activity book, the history of Walmart. And we do it for Dunwall. And I want to do a joke like EA summing a manager, shit like that. But I want to do it in a way that I actually want to make a real mystery to the story. So if there is comedy to it, like in horror, like the Sparrows. But I do want there to be this underlying... I hope I'm not throwing too much in a bucket. I want to do comedy with a real mystery behind it.
Right.
Like Cthulhu, but once in a while he steps on a Karen.
Yeah, I think that if you just do an outline and lay all that stuff out, just see what fits where, then you'll probably have a good feel for where to put it.
Well, certainly.
I want to talk about a little bit, just one of my dreams is, if I ever make it big or win the lottery, more likely the latter, is have my own studio. It'd be neat to. I don't know if I told you about this. I know the Midway Mall. I mean, it's probably it'll probably be closed by the end of the year, but
burning down too.
Oh, they won't even bother with that. Or if it does burn down, they won't even call the fire department. Just let it burn, collect all the insurance money, leave town. But in the event that doesn't happen, it would be, and also in the event that I win the lottery, it'd be neat to rent out one of the empty departments and set up a studio there.
Maybe like the old Hot Topic.
I was thinking there's a section there where it looks like there are still cubicles there. It'd be neat to. It seems like that would be a neat type of area, right by the entrance. Just hang a sign there that says Dream Beacon Studios. That's kind of the studio name that I'm going with.
I like that.
Yeah, Dream Beacon. And it would be neat to just have a space that's open to the community, or open to people who sign the guest list. Obviously, I don't want people stealing stuff out of there. But just have
have me stand there with the fucking Billy Club.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if a lot of places do. I mean, if that actually is a feasible idea, but it's a dream, so I'm allowed to dream. So
if I ever did my own art studio, the one thing I would have is there would be a studio pet. There would be a live iguana somewhere. Yeah. I'm kidding.
I know that Naughty Dog did that, where they would have a house dog.
Yeah.
I think they still do that, because I know that in the credits of every Naughty Dog game, they credit the Naughty Dog of the studio. I think in the Jack and Daxter era, it was Morgan. And then like over the years they'd like get a new dog to like sit in the.
It would have
Studio.
to be a cat for like an art
Oh
studio.
yeah, for art. Yeah,
His name is. What's your cat's name, by the way?
Callie.
Callie. Callie's a good name for a cat. You know, I like cats. I don't like inbred feral wildcats, the one we got. We had a cat. Can I tell you what it did? Mm-hmm. It had a dead chicken. Mm. And I saw it with the dead chicken. And our neighbor sees my dog with the dead chicken. It wrestled away from the cat. Mm. And I had to explain to the neighbor that the chicken had the cat. My dog now has the chicken. I need to make a fucking diagram to explain the transference of dead chicken meat.
I think that we're ready to wrap up.
Yeah, I'm a bit burned out.
Yeah, and this has been episode 68. Our next episode
It will be nice.
Yeah, nice. It will. We promise, and I'll have to think of a few nice topics to bring up for that, or maybe I'll just think of everything on the spot. As
I still
also
wanted-
kind of relates to the number that right there.
I still had the idea of doing Bible Black for Valentine's Day for one time.
Ooh, that'd be neat. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. But until then, I have been Tony,
I've been Zach.
and this has been the Monkey Bar.